How's it going, everybody? We are back with some more Twilight Princess randomizer action. I'm really excited for this async rando that we're doing with barrycord. Um, it's called HARBOUR because we love our silly elaborate acronyms for these community randos. Hunting async remote bounties over unified realms. Only a little bit of a mouthful. Um, should be a really good time. We're gonna get right into it. I've got everything set up. I've got the slot set up. Um, I don't think I've gotten sent any items yet. We'll see what pops up. Got the console there so that you can see, since everything shows up as green rupees in Twilight Princess Archipelago. Yeah, should be a good time. Hop right into it. Um, like the game might be a little quiet. Play with that. Aha! Oh wait, no, that's that's one of the things I start with. I always give myself the um, all the maps and compasses. So the part of the idea of this particular randomizer um, was to be extra chaotic. Um, but that was wait, what? Fucking Aru's memo immediately is crazy. Aru's memo as my first progression item is very spicy. Okay. Um so a big part of it was like forcing your progression into other people's games, like setting it to non-local, um and generally just like making things more difficult for yourself. Um got something for okay, so among the chaotic things people are doing, um Cheese Master is doing a slot lock, which I hadn't heard of before, and I think I now understand what it means from getting that. Um, I believe we just unlocked an entire game for Cheese Master because a lot of people are playing multiple games. I don't think I have the time to do more than just a Twilight Princess, so I'm sticking to the one game for myself, but a lot of folks are doing multiple games. Um, Money, we love to see the early money. Want this. So, my chaos, the way I'm doing it. First of all, I have Deathlink on, which I'm very excited for. Because I have not done Deathlink. We're gonna have to try to make sure we're playing at the same time as people for the Deathlink to be really fun. There's a lot of people playing, so there'll probably be people on pretty frequently. And everybody's starting right now, so there should be a lot of people on, which is why you can see the no, I don't want to pick Friedel. Well, you can see the console going off. So people were pretty excited for this one. I am as well. Yeah, so got Deathlink on. We've got all of our keys are randomized. Small keys and big keys. Our big keys, our swords, and our shadow crystal are in somebody else's game, guaranteed. We forced those to be non-local. I also forced some checks that I normally would want to avoid to be required. So we should know what a power cell for Daxter. What was it? The City in the Sky final boss, heart container, is forced to be important. The Zant boss fight heart container is forced to be. and the Hyrule Castle graveyard puzzle chest is forced to be important. Because those three are all checks that we normally, like, avoid at all costs and require a lot of progression to get to. So I was like, in the interest of in the spirit of this being, like, a more difficult randomizer, that felt like an appropriate setting for myself without getting into, like, super crazy settings, having to type a bunch of stuff out in the... But yeah, that's, I believe that's all the spicy stuff we've got going. We're gonna play either as long as we can until we get BK. Holy shit, 2-cycle bow, let's fucking go. We're either gonna play as much as we can, or I've got something going on in a few hours, so if it becomes time for me that, we'll go do that. Still got some progression to do, and I'll probably be back on later tonight. Got a Jiggy for Ronin. That is, I feel like a Jiggy is an appropriate reward for wrestling. Get... it is the time loss button. Not that it matters. We're not in a huge... We don't have a ton. In Sphere Zero, anyway. I also didn't start with myself with any money because I assumed enough people will be playing at the beginning that I'll get some money, and as you've already got almost 500 rupees, so... Seems to have been a safe assumption. Do some goat in. Opponent here. Everybody. Somebody went in. That's got to be a new personal record for me. Nearly under 45 seconds? Holy. That was pure quartz crystal recipe. Alright, let's go back to shop. Got a progressive bow and Oculus. You're probably going to be weaponless for... I mean, Shadow Crystal is usually pretty early in people's worlds.
Hi.
That was... Him gags of having all of the information. Random gag. Lordian. Alright. That's everything we can do in Ordon. Got one, Okay, dungeons are probably going to be tedious, because you're probably going to have to dip in and out of them based on what we have for key. The small key we got is for Lake Bed. We're not going there without Thora armor and iron boot. So that one's a waste. That one we... Nice is that, like, we should technically do all of the money-based checks since they're considered Tier 0. But, so we have Aru's memo. Can we get Hylia? I think we can. See what the... There's another tree. Let me turn off... so we don't have all of those extra messages. Oh no. Got a heart container in that initial stuff. Which is nice for the purposes of Deathlink. I should try to be careful, like a bit more careful than I usually am. I mean, it's hard. We're not going to have a weapon. Can't. Can't do too much to help myself in combat. Phone is faster, but the was Face Off Mini Kit 4 Star Wars. Something has already been hinted at. Beetle that I can't get. Beetle that I can get. Definitely remember. Hurt people. No, it's on a tree. These trees. That is Oblivion. Kingdom Hearts 2. That's probably a Keyblade. but we are going to need... Probably should. It always feels like it's... I'm sure it is faster. It always feels slow having to get off and back on. Okay, also the tracker is saying... Desert is not in... Despite having Ari's map. I guess I can't get to Lake Hylia yet. I forget what that requires. Because I think Open Bridge is there by default. I guess I need bombs. Yeah, I need bombs. Okay, so we are just doing our regular Sphere Zero stuff. As usual, it's gonna just be nighttime as we get to Kakariko. Let's see if we can sneak in before. Actually, no, we're gonna get Barin's top check. Way. I did not turn on Bonk Steel. Not that mean. Give myself and other Death Lancers. Pro training. Okay, I think we snuck in daytime. Good. I am gonna run out of money. As is... Okay, so since we got in daytime, let's... this shop first. That was Blue Ruby. Peanut Malamart. Bottles. What else? Air Thunder Egg. Upstand. Oh, somebody sent me some. Yeah, I have my normal, like, high but not insane ice traps on. Get the other daytime traps. And... Prototype 22. People with as their game. I gotta look up whatever. Let me actually... Always curious. Website. That was... Cobalt Core. That's an actual... Oh, man. We got lots of Zelda games. I knew there were a few Ocarina of Time players. There's somebody doing Phantom Hourglass and Spirit. Gonna be some probably doing the least anybody, which is saying a lot because Twilight Princess is a lot of check, but most. Okay, let's do in chess. Recipe loaded on. But alright. Oops. Let's go through Barnes. We can't afford his bomb bag. That's okay. Have to get up to the watchtower because we don't have bombs to let the cook. Got one check we can do up here. Really been that long since I've done a Twilight Princess. Nasty Nork or Spyro. Is that like the final boss? Did they just like was their final boss in my Sphere Zero? Let's go back to get the graveyard bug. Still considered daytime, so we don't have to worry about the book. Temple of Time, small key. Okay. Can't get to Temple of Time without Shadow Crystal. There. That is good, because you can't do, like, anything in Temple. Flustered? REF. Heal. Gotta go back over to... That's all of our daytime checks other than the rest of the Malomart stuff. God, it would be particularly bad to turn on Bonk's turn damage, or Bonk's deal damage, because Bonks are the primary way we're going to make money once we run out of others. Alright, we got some bugs we can get. Going to be hard. Do not cause a Deathling death here. But this is Sphere 0. 30 engine. No peak small. Money is great. I think we can get the Barnes bomb bag now, which is very good. Oh god. I am very sorry. If it causes a death, I can't really do anything. Grotto, we need the bug. No! There's the bug, I can't keep track of where I'm going. I know it's... There it is. God. I'm gonna die. Combat level. No. If I save and quit, where do I go? I don't need anything else in Elden Field right now. I really don't want to be the one to come to death. This is probably time saving, honestly. I imagine this will put me back at the gate. The last entrance I went through? Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Successfully avoided griefing. And yeah, with how we had to dodge those things, that definitely got pose that we can't get yet because of Shadow Crystal. So we're gonna do Barnes. Luckily it's open at night, so the timing lined up quite well. And then we're gonna farm rupees, because we got the time. Oh. One coin. One coin. Alright. As but I should be able to do spring water brush. But it's saying that's not in logic. Weird, because I can definitely do it. Sucks. Back to our house to bunk into trees. Now, right now, my map is all red and yellow. I think there is apparently a trick done to get to Lake Hylia early. I have to look up what that trick is. Honestly, I was expecting to play for a bit longer, but this might just be a mini stream. Year Zero. Might play some Dota if there's really nothing else we can do for now. We'll just keep an eye on the client. Get Russian. Shadow Crystal is, as always, is the main thing we're hunting for. I should look up if there is a like mobile app for Archipelago notifications. I feel like it would be really easy to set up if there's not one. Like, all I would want to do is put in the server info in my slot and have the option to get notifications, like, for any time somebody gets me an item, or anytime somebody gets me a progression item. Guidebook. We do eventually need that. Technically, we could skip it because of how the Archipelago for Twilight Princess is set up. We're self-enforcing the rule that, City in the Sky is locked behind, the Skybook. Wait, did I have to check if I have that turn. Skybook might be, actually. I feel like you use it. Yeah, the way the Archipelago speed is set up, like, save file is set up, there's not a way to have some of the settings in the YAML actually be fully implemented in the game. So, like, by default, Hyrule Castle is open, Shadow Palace, or Twilight Palace is open, City in the Sky is open, a bunch of stuff is open. If you toggle it in the YAML, it won't change what's physically open, but it will change the logic. So if I say City in the Sky requires the Skybook, and even though I can just walk into the City in the Sky anyway, obviously if I have Claw Shot and stuff to use cannon, even though I can just walk in, logically, the logic won't require me to get anything in City in the Sky until I have all of Skybook. I think I normally turn that on. I actually don't remember what I did. Like, I might have turned it off just so I didn't have to worry about it for past endos. The one that I know matters, I know I kept Twilight Palace on requires Mirror, and Hyrule Castle on requires Few Shadows. So those definitely, well, again, logically we require. Technically, we can, if we're, like, really in a pinch for effects or, which I don't expect. That would be doing things out of logic. It's okay, I think, especially for this one. Like, for the bigger rando, for the community when there was, like, people playing, there we didn't want to go out of logic too much because you don't want to just, like, undermine the whole fun of it of, like, figuring out player stuff in, and just, like, skip your whole game, and less fun for everybody. Here it's a smaller one, and it's more only, like, 30-ish people playing 60-ish games. And it's a lot of people who do this. So I imagine so silly that this is the most efficient way to get money. At least at this stage. There might be, like, mini. Honestly, most of the mini games are pretty tedious. So this might still be faster. Like, we get, like, 50 rupees per cycle. Cycle takes a couple minutes. I can put on some music, honestly. Nighttime. Kind of have ambience. Oh, you can't hear them. I don't have... Desktop. Add... Go put capture. You won't do me. I don't spend a bunch of time sitting here trying to set it up. I thought it would be straightforward, but I forgot that I don't have it. Probably about time we start thinking about how much money we're actually... Because we need... I think it's 700 rupees. We bought everything we could buy. We gotta be the yellow rupee stuck up there. Yeah, we bought everything. we've technically done Sphere 0 according to the map tracker, but I'm pretty sure that that the Malamart stuff bounces. At the very least, I can access it. I don't know what it's considered locked behind. I guess this is what's making... Yeah, that's what it is. That's why I was confused. As to why, like, the Desert was... and Lake Hylia yellow. But it's because they're locked behind doing this. So they're considered out of logic, but possible. Because you try and Ruby. Yeah, I'm curious what it actually logically puts those checks behind. Aggressive torso. Looking over at the client and being like, what the hell does that mean? As you tell it. Big money. Actually, more than 50. At least this one is. I was just those yellows. Definitely up. For some reason, this grass rock is guaranteed to be a 5 rupee. I guess because it's hidden. Whereas all of the other rocks are random. The trees are random within some parameters. I think that double yellow is the best. That's peak tree RNG. Yeah, I believe it is empty. It is not peak. I feel like that rocket. Oh no, the 2 yellows and a green might be. But I think I've seen 2 yellows and a blue. Probably 25 is the one tree. So in theory, you could get a ton of ruby. Got which are in bonk these like 7 trees. Got 25 from all of them somehow. Incredibly unlucky. But pretty good. Although we did get a dud tree and a 1 ruby. Kinda comes in. Okay, so we've got 4, 6, 7. So let's see how many we have. That went up. Feeling like a low roll loop so far. Oh, he's hard. That's bad. What's wrong with this tree? Okay, so that was definitely low. We only got 39. starting at 506. We're just gonna fill the wallet, because if we're doing... I kind of got distracted on the let's do the math of how many rupees we need. It's 700, I believe, to get to Goron Springwater Rush. But then doing that quest also puts the magic armor into logic. Is another 598. Or maybe it is like 4. That one was even worse than last. It was 36. Definitely a low. Another low one. What the hell's going on? That was a little better. That was 41. If I had a way to do it more efficiently, I'd be like actually putting this into a spreadsheet or something to run the numbers. That tree does not like us to. Oh, come on. Okay, apparently I somehow didn't reset the room. I went out and back in so quickly. That's a new one. That's better. 570. That was less than 40 again. 37. So I guess it's like 40. Love when they fall directly on my head. 36. That's definitely... It's a little slower than I... But it's like... The... Cordon Pumpkin, that's essentially a small key. Pretty funny to get that just out in the world. Use Shadow. Okay. Don't want to get those too early, or it suddenly means we have to dip our toes into Hyrule Castle. Honestly, isn't the worst. Some of the combat is brutal if I have to go in there really early. I had one seed where I was supposed to get my Shadow Crystal there, but I started with Shadow Crystal instead. That would have been a rough one. I did not pay it. I think that was 40. 41 even. Like 3 cycles gets you a little over 100 rupees. Trying to go from 0 to 1,000 rupees. Fill the wallet up with we end up with like 30 cycles, which is a lot, don't get me wrong. But like maybe 20 minutes max at this point, I don't remember. Started farming. Don't go. That one might have been closer to 50. Had a lot of yellows. I thought we'd be getting more rupees from other players. The other asyncs that I've done with Twilight Princess... Whoa! 30? Hog 30 tree. I didn't even know that was possible. That's the maximum definitively. They definitely don't drop more than... I did not think all 3 yellow. So I guess it is just truly... I mean, there might be some weight to it. Because I feel like I've done this enough, I would have not happened before. Like, I'm guessing it's more like... Most likely you get a green. Then blue. And nothing is an option. Or, like, I'm guessing it's just rolling 3 checks of what each of the 3 are. Either nothing, 1, 5, or 10. Art. Person who's playing the 2 DS games, Phantom Hourglass and X. I think they're also playing Kingdom Hearts, 3rd game. they sent in the Discord that they saved tracks for last because it has money-based checks early on. They successfully, like, that worked for them to get the money they needed before they started playing. When I did a sync with this, I gave myself like 1,000 rupees. But for this, since it's an async, like I said, I've done asyncs in the past. I didn't play from the beginning. I just wasn't available to go online at the designated start time, which is totally fine, but I'm sure there's people. Scheduled. But it meant that by the time I logged on, I would have, like, 4 progression items and a full wallet. Speaking of full wallet, yeah, we're full wallet. That wasn't so bad. Wanna... I don't know why. I did not press down on... Okay. We need to be daytime again. Gotta kill some time in Hyrule Field. Gonna suck is if in the time I'm killing time waiting for day, somebody sends me a rupee. Because I want them, as soon as I spend these, I would love to receive more. But what I really don't want is to receive more rupees while my wallet is full. Epona, I feel like you can get over that bump. Yeah, that's the deal. So that green rupee up there, which is the beetle check. That somebody has hinted is priority. I haven't looked at what it is yet. Y'all go away, please. Come on. Ooh, ending blow. We need that to beat the game. Fortunately, we also need a sword to be able to keep it. But it's something we need eventually. But if I end up going to Gerudo without a weapon, and without Shadow Crystal, that's be a first time for me. But there will be quite a few checks we can. Okay, I forgot. It gets the donating all the money to Malomart will get us the Castletown Malomart magic armor check. Or access to it, I should say. I'll still need the 500. Nice kick, Epona. It'll also give us access to the other guy that's asking. Which Milla is another 1,000 rupees. In Rando, I believe it's 500. But we will have access to other checks at that point anyway. So I'm not worried about it. Can it be daytime, please? Fuck you. Well, almost there. If I actually kill one of these guys just with Epona, Epona does not feel. Alright, I think that's daytime enough for Bello. I can just go out and go back in. Oh no, but it's more expensive. Let me see. I think it goes from 1,000 down to 2. Help the Goron. 2,000. Snip. I prefer doing this with bow, so that I can take out the Bulbin's distance. As long as we keep thing. According to the tracker, this stuff is not in logic. which is very strange to me. Like, I know I was kind of talking about it, but like, I'm curious where it becomes in logic, because it's just gated behind money. Smoothly. I think what we'll do is give our other 500 rupees to... I should remember his name, but I don't. The beggar in Castletown. Killed. Like the rat. Sonic event. Shield is probably not very important. It was like, oh, in a Zelda game, a shield is sometimes crashing. Wasn't Marcus for in the line. Okay. Got the donation, and we've got that's a fact. 5 rings. Great. 500. At least that's that check down. Then we will need to get 600 rupees for magic armor, as mentioned, and then we're kind of done with money. The rest of game. Other than mini games and stuff. Like, we're actually gonna have a problem if we don't get a little more money. Is to get into Lake Hylia. We need to pay the money for Fire's Meat. Do the Flight by Foul. Oh, progressive bow for Ocarina of Time. Yeah, that was an important snail. Okay. What other checks can we do? No Castletown. Oh, actually, that's true. We don't need to... I would prefer to go through Fire so that we can get those checks. But we actually can jump through the hole here to get down to was... Hello? Fine? Lots of stuff to play Garrett. Bug over here. Luncheon Power playing Odyssey. Just those. I don't think I can get the check that's in the hole that goes to Lake Hylia without either Boomerang or Wolf. Boomerang and Sword. So we'll do the west Lanairu Field. Checks, just a couple. Oh, it's free. There's a bug. That's bug. Flowers. We might actually... These trees work the same way. Just Link's house. For the tree problem. Seems to just be... Oh, I really need to fight by foul. Oh, a shield, thank you. Crimson. Now playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Let's see. I also want to check quickly. How long? How long does it take me to get where I'm going later? That'll determine how long. 45 minutes. Probably by like a quarter of 2. Up this up. Where can I go? Might have to, like, if I can't figure out how to farm some. Can I drop in off the bridge? Because that would be easy. South Lanairu Field. Boxes. Okay. Close. Okay, so we actually have to go back through Castle Town. And I know where there's a free 20 rupees down there. which will get us back to the top. But we need a bit more money than that. Yeah, seeing the log fill up, like how many go to World Trend? There are a total of almost 39,000 checks, and I have 475. So this is the problem, is people are playing their games. But a lot of people, like, part of the... Twilight Princess doesn't have an option for this. I would have had to do, like, Tunic and turn Brass Sanity. A lot of people turned on, like, maximum junk checks, and then just have a lot of their own junk constantly together. But it means Twilight Princess is normally on the upper end of number of checks at 470. That is a lot of checks for me. But in this Archipelago, like, people are playing, people are getting tons of checks, but it's pretty rare that they get something for me. Just statistically, I am a drop in the bucket. I'm fairly positive it's very deliberate. You're not even supposed to be able. Those are good. I'm gonna fall in either way. Which is what I figure, since I'm jumping down here anyway, gotta give it a shot. Even if I know it's really not possible. Like, that wasn't bad. I'm fairly positive it's not possible. Worth a shot. Okay. What can we do down here? We are going to end up going to Perudo without a Shadow Crystal or weapon. Do I claw shot to get specs here? I thought I could get to the... I know there's, like, a lantern. Claw shot. You need claw shot. Can't get those checked. I really need a bit of money to be able to get most of the checks that I have access. I could go farm more money. That is an option. I can also farm more money in the form of going to... I can always come back here. Nice to get the Flight by Foul rewards out of the way. Because there are a lot of tracks. Like, if I can get the money for them, it might... I'd almost kind of prefer holding off on going to Gerudo, just because... And I'm only gonna play for, like, half hour at most right now. Old Sculptural Edition. Yeah, like, I'm kind of... Unless I can find more money here. Or somebody sends me more money right now. Like, I can't get money from grass. The sword. There's the 20 rupees behind cannon. Boxes. Here's what we'll do. Go get the free 20 rupees behind the can. We will not use them to go back to the top of Lake. That will be a waste of time with them. You instead take that money, we go to Gerudo. Then when we come back, we will God, my brain is not braining. When we come back, we'll be able to get the 20 rupees again. We'll have reloaded this. Map tracker apparently doesn't. I'm taking into account that I have the pigs already. There's a few checks that are... Checks are like... getting set. There it goes. Power's all. Life for So map trackers. I used to think it was like another gold skill. I used to think it was like trivializing the like fun of remembering where everything is on your. I didn't like using it that much. Now it's like I know all of this. It's just a matter of like constantly something or something. And so now it's just like, okay, the fun is in executing, going to all of them. Okay. Quarter pie. Back across the way we can. Actually, only so many checks that we have here. The other good thing is because the checks are currently rusty. The person is important. Rusty bit. Because the Archipelago currently, like, I think they're wanting to fix this event. Currently using green juice to represent everything. We do actually get that green on top of whatever actual check is. So slowly but surely, by getting checks, we are getting a small amount. Got a post soul in the queue. Up as soon as we off our work. So yeah, we can also forward heat. Doesn't. Oh, ice trap for. Oh, they're tracking the fire here. Those were both ice traps for the same person? That's crazy. No multi-move. Ow! Oh wait. Fuck you. Come on! That's fucking obnoxious. try to get me. And good enough in turn. Poison. Poison for Figment. Poison typically added to Figments. I've made him. Oh my god. Controller, please. No. No! No, I need that! This one's fine now. You trade. You guys just hanging out in here now? What the hell? Harbour's ground small key. If I had a lantern, that would almost be useful soon. Is very close. One coin. Hats. Are you pea hats? No, pea hats are the flying one. Also, lock up. Guys. Mostly doing this for the health. They don't want to leap. Those are... Mostly doing that for the health, but we will take oh, or no. Take the root. It's gonna be fun. Open the chest link. Open the chest link. Open the chest link. Thank you. Morpho's soul. At least I have you. Brass. Brass, but progressive, apparently. It's in purple. Let's see. We can't do the Poe. Can't... Can I trick? This is, like, really out of logic, because I'm sure this requires a weapon. I missed the chest there? Okay, we'll go back for that. Oh, iron chest. Claw shot for those. Yeah, it's really Grotto. Okay. Let's mess around a little bit and see if we can get roasted boar really stupid way. You know, while we're here, for nothing better. That did deal damage. No, I needed that pot. Okay, you're not hitting the food. I'm not gonna be able to. So let's leave. We're gonna be properly DK in a second. I say in a second. In like 15 minutes. I miss. Got these great tonight. Yes. Wow. Was worth it. Client is lagging. AP boot. Grab some more money. Then we save and quit. And this takes us back to like because otherwise, this was something they had to put into the random mod specifically. Because attack? That's a thing I can do. Nice. Got a bomb bag, bro. I'm guessing whoever has my like shadow crystal or something else, like bombs, some other early prediction, isn't playing yet. Yeah, totally fine. Because I'm seeing other crazy progressive items go to other people. Not able to save. I was talking about something else. They specifically added getting back to save and quit, taking you back to Lake Hylia for the rando, so that you can go there without Shadow Crystal. Because in the base game, vanilla, the only way to get from get out of Gerudo is warping with Midna, because you like the way the game is meant to progress, you can only get there. Oh, bug. Got in. You can only get there once you're past the point that you've gotten the shot. Okay. Walk in. Money on our way down. Bomb bag! There it is. Okay. Game just opened way the fuck up. Yeah, I guess the other problem with people, I mean, not problem, how it works. People playing multiple games, it could be somebody who was online, but hadn't started their game yet, that particular game yet. 1 coin for one of the more difficult minigames. Lots of cheese macerate. And going to ammo. They're doing Lego Batman. Oh yeah, the Two-Face chase, yeah. Definitely do. Okay. We are in... So... What can we... do the stat... So yeah, now the stuff that we've been doing is in logic. So it locks it behind bombs. And I assume also, I guess that gets you to this part of the map without having to spend... Okay, so here, there's the... There's the checks above the, above the spring. Which we'll do just because they're, like, tedious. They're especially tedious without a claw shot, because I have to do it. Okay, Ocarina of Time, just got their masters. I get all of my swords show up as... So there's these two checks. Get out of the way. Yeah, without the claw shot, we have to do each of them in their own individual flight. Sucks. But it's in logic, because just time. And ever since that one chatter told me about how you can pull back on the joystick to aim at one coin. Pull back on the joystick to slow down your flight. Really revolutionized flight by foul experience. It's like, it's free now. It's so much easier. I used to be a firm believer in the Iron Boots strat for landing precisely, using them to drop down quick, which worked, but it was a little risky. On... once more, for now. We'll be back twice more later when we get Shadow Crystal. There is also Lantern Cave. Or it's not... I call it Twilight Princess. Which is shown on the tracker as not in logic. But you can definitely do a lot of checks there, just bomb. Maybe we should do it. So many checks. You can go back up to Castletown. free. Thought I was overshooting it. I like. That was 5 rank. I believe those 2 checks are 1 coin and 5 rank. Cool. We'll have to come back to this cave when we get turn and when we get Shadow Fist. Ideally both at the same time, but that never seems... Oh. Kinda sucks that pose are marked as progression for this. It's technically true. But they're essentially the same as Ocarina of Time Skull Token. Like, when I get... 20 and 60... that gives me, words. That gives me access. That gives me a check. Things. Dive. $100 coin. That really makes the one add. Get 100 coin. I think I can. It's key. Coin. I can't attack, but I can stun them for half a second. Ooh, keyring for Wooded Temple. Spirit Tracks. They got keyrings and Spirit Tracks, and we still don't have them for Twilight Princess. Man, I want keyrings for Twilight Princess so bad. I should honestly look into doing it myself, because I probably every time I've played a Twilight Princess rando, I have mentioned how I really in the rando, and like, I feel like that can't be that hard, especially for Archipelago. Because for Archipelago, you in theory could pretty easily set it up so if you get one check, you send all of the... Like, I can understand why it might be hard to an object that doesn't exist in the game rando. But I feel like it... I always like both my... I don't have to worry about thinking I... These are all lives. All of the, all of the in-game hints don't work for Archipelago, because as far as the game itself goes, there's only green ones. This sucks, this sucks, this sucks, please kill me. Dragon. Guys, get a job. I guess this is. Purple Ruby, please kill me. Please don't kill me. This is ridiculous. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Die. First one. That's like. No. Do we go back? I think I'd try to get this over now. Oh, that a little hit. Much easier to now. Good. Actites following us. Still have to figure out how to net. Wasn't letting me like scooch along the side. One more try. I should probably get. Totally get it. Oh, especially if we hit. No. Can you please scooch? No. Oh, that's good. Ah. Okay. I don't know that I can get through there without a sword, so I'll stop trying. Like I said, I should really get going soon. So, let's leave. Back here later anyway. I hate leaving those checks behind, but it seems nearly impossible without a weapon, and it's technically according to the tracker, so... The last thing I'll do before I hop off is go turn in that bug. Colors first. Oh, somebody sent me a silver rupee. No. You. There are a handful of other checks that I can do bombs now. Oh, the roasted boar. Yeah, I guess I could blow that. Technically, one chest I can get. Okay. That will be for probably later tonight. Yeah, that bomb bag is definitely the main. That's what was meant to get us past Tier 0. Magic armor. Ooh, ladybug. Perfect timing. I think that's the pair. You have both. Yeah, magic armor is in logic now, so... I mean, this is actually kind of perfect. We'll get these checks. We'll hop off, and then when we log back on later, probably we'll have enough money for the magic armor. 100 coins. Nice try. All right. Go. All right. Good start to the rando. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, probably we'll be back on tonight. We still got plenty we can do. Looking forward to getting into more of this rando. This has been a very fun one already. Doing some silly shenanigans with no weapon. Hopefully, that would be great to come back and find out I have a sword. Shadow Crystal would also be nice. It'll just open up like most of the game. That's funny to do. But yeah. Shout out to Esty setting this up over in barrycord. Looking forward to more. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you around.